My name's Tiffani Martinez, and I'm the Human Resources Director for Otter PR. I have just hit over a year here with Otter PR. So I have over 13 years of human resources experience. For 10 of those years, I was working in the nonprofit industry, running a church. So not only the human resources of the staff, but also working with the volunteers and all the vendors and just making sure that everyone was communicating and working harmoniously as possible. So the hiring process for Otter PR starts where you can apply online very easily. You will be sent an assessment, just a general assessment to see how you do with different tasks that are given. Once you get that result back, it goes to the team for review. Depending on the position you're applying, there may be a second assessment. Our publicists and writers usually get a writing assessment. The team reviews. You'll go through some rounds of interviews. We encourage when our applicants put in a video resume, if you will, so we can see how they talk and how they present themselves on camera, since that's a lot about what the job entails. And then we go through a recruiting every single week where we look and see our top candidates to see if we can get offers out. I always tell applicants to try to breathe and relax. Interviewing, applying for positions is very nerving. You literally have 30 seconds to 5 minutes total to put your entire personality out there. We can see when you're nervous. We understand when you're nervous. Try to be transparent, ask questions, and just relax, because we want to make sure we're attracting the right people, and we don't want you to have to feel like you have to put some kind of front on to work here. We want you to come as you are. Otter PR is definitely a lot different than what I've been able to do in the HR world. I came from an office where everyone was in office. There were no remote positions. There wasn't even the knowledge of a remote position. You have a church service you have to put on every Sunday. You have to physically be there. So coming into a hybrid situation has not only been enlightening, but definitely had its challenges in the sense of making sure that everyone is still feeling included and inclusive with everything going on with the company. You want to make sure that you're taking things that are available for the staff here and at least communicating with your people that may be out of state or remote only. So making sure that we're doing things that includes the entire team, having online communication where we use our Slack channels and our Asana tasks to make sure that everyone is included, and knowing what's going on with the clients is a key aspect to make sure that that hybrid workplace is a thriving workplace. Human resources has had to evolve dramatically over the last few years with COVID. In the position that I was in at the church, it was very easy. I see when people come in, if they're not coming in, it was in-house, you were there or you weren't there, and why are you not there? Switching into a COVID where everybody was working remotely, we actually were considered essential workers because we had to still get the services out. So a lot of us were coming in during COVID, all being separated out in separate offices. It was very odd being able to hold everybody, still accountable, but giving them the leeway to not make sure that they're getting sick, or that if they do get sick, that they have the time to recover, because everything was so new and not understanding. Then having that feedback that people can work from home and be just as productive and successful at home as they could be in an office setting, that made a lot of HR professionals step back and say, okay, we have to look at this now, and we have to do more about making sure that the people that do better at home have that support, but also making sure that the people that need to have that office environment have a good, strong environment to come in and work and do the best that they can. I love the fact that Otter has unlimited PTO. There's a lot of misconception and misinformation that goes with an unlimited PTO plan. Some people will say, oh, well, they give that to you because they know you won't actually take it. And Otter's not like that. We enforce that people make sure they have a strong home and work-life balance. If you are getting burnt out at work, it's going to go home with you, and it's going to affect you health-wise. If it affects you health-wise, then you can't perform at work. It's a domino effect. So we really do advocate for our staff to make sure that they're getting that time away. Our leadership and our founders make sure that not only are they making sure that our team is taking the time off and getting the time that they need off, but they make sure that they advocate for themselves too, and they take time off as well. They will, dedicate hardcore time in and then take a week's vacation and know that the team has their back, that while they're away, we've got them, so they can have that time to recharge and come back even stronger. We definitely want to make sure that people that work at Otter have a very strong mental health relationship with their job and not just at home. Otter PR is very unique in the sense that we have a physical office, which is our headquarters in St. Petersburg. This is the building that is Otter's. We also have an office in Orlando. It's a co-oping space, but it is a physical space for our Orlando Otters to be able to go to and work every day. And then we have our remote workers. We have individuals that work all over the country, and they don't go into an office. They work from wherever they work from, their home office or at a coffee shop. And so that is very different for me, because I have to make sure that we're taking all those individuals and making sure that every single one of them is getting the attention that they need, whether they're sitting here in front of me or over a Zoom chat. For me, an HR director was very focused on hiring, firing paperwork. When COVID happened and this whole generational shift happened, because I'm in that millennial time frame, but I'm very early millennial, like I'm almost in that other generation. And then you have Gen X, and you guys are totally different mindsets. Taking all that information and being able to understand where you guys are coming from, advocating for you guys, but also understanding and having the experience from a business side, being able to say, hey, the business needs this, or the business needs to make sure that you're doing this as its employee, and delivering that for you guys to where you guys can understand that I'm not taking advantage of you. I do have your best interests in mind. I'm not just here for the company. Like, I am actually here for you as a human being as well. Making sure that we're all meeting in the middle somewhere to just make sure that we thrive as a company and that we're actually here for one another. The most rewarding thing about working in human resources is actually the humans. You get to sit with people, you get to understand them. They always tell you leave work at home, don't bring it back and forth. You're going to, and that's okay. And that's where people really need to understand that you at home is okay at work, as long as at work is professional. You coming home and being frustrated with your day is okay, as long as it's not affecting your home life. Getting to know people more and being able to help them understand and develop more coping mechanisms as they grow, because we have a lot of young professionals here that haven't been in the game of, having a full-time professional career. Being able to help you guys focus and be able to see those things as they come up, and being able to help you, give you ways to work around that, that's very giving for me, and it's very satisfying for me knowing that I'm helping you grow, not just with the company, but in your own professional life. I love that. I'm also a mom, so I mom a little bit, and I love that too, because I get to see my kids, if you will, grow and flourish, and that it definitely applies here at Otter with a lot of our young professionals, being able to see you guys grow and see you guys being able to not only move up within Otter, but just professionally grow yourselves. Thanks for watching. If you have any comments or have any questions, make sure you drop them below.